Enjoying the view? I'm sure it is. Why don't we step a little ways away from the edge, though? I'm sure you can admire it from over here. No, I didn't think you were going to. But, you know, it's better to be safe than sorry. It is quite a view, though. So, what are we doing here again? Just thinking. Yeah, it's a pretty cool spot to think, huh? Looking down, people really look like ants, don't they? All our problems, our issues, the things that seem to consume our lives, they seem so small. It helps put things into perspective. You still haven't told me what we're doing up here. You don't want to talk about it. Well, that's fine too. We can just chill here. It doesn't get any easier. This thing we call life. Yeah, I know that's not what you want to hear, but it's the truth. Well, you need to keep going, because if you don't, well, the other option is... And we both know that isn't an option. As much as we might sometimes wish it would be. But giving up isn't in your vocabulary, is it? Yeah. There's more to do. Always more to do. Hey. You're enough. You know that, right? I was just wondering when you last heard that. And when you last told yourself that. I'll reckon it's been a while. Hey, don't look at me. I'm also the worst at telling myself that. But it's good to remind ourselves from time to time. What do you mean you don't believe me? Yeah. If that's true, then you wouldn't be in this situation, huh? Well, I have bad news for you. We've been lied to. When we were young, we were always told that if you do the right thing, be the better person, live right, and work hard, good things will happen to you. It's how adults got us to be good kids. I've learned that it's quite the opposite. You can keep your head down, work hard, do right by others to the best of your ability, and well, the world will put you in the dirt. You'll see selfish, self-aggrandizing, disgusting people succeed in ways you could only dream of, and feel pathetic in comparison. The world has a habit of knocking down the nail that stands out, stifling the one flower in a field of ashes, just making good people suffer. Kindness is something that people have paid for, time and time again, all across history as we know it. You'll watch as the whole world walks all over you and leave you for dead. But you can't stop. Because there's always more work to do. Because there's someone out there who's hurting more than you. Someone who you can still touch. someone you can still share that shining warmth with. It's someone who's lived their life lonely, hurt, broken, who hasn't had a helping hand reach out to them, who hasn't known the kindness of another, someone you might still run into. You're right. That's not your job. It's not your job to care for others when you feel like others don't care for you. But are you going to stop? I thought so. Because you're a kind soul. What happens when the warmth runs out? Well, that's going to happen a lot. When that happens, I'd take a step back to look around. Well, if we get out of our heads, get our heads out of our hands and look around, you'll see that there are people that care. That the people we've touched and have felt that warmth, they remember it. And they're here for us. You're right. It's not everyone you've put love and care into, and that sucks. But that doesn't lessen the impact you've made on people's lives. And you're appreciated for it. We've been told that men have to be the strong, silent type. That we have to take on the world and can't show an ounce of weakness. But I don't believe that could be further from the truth. Just because you cry, just because you hurt, just because you feel, it doesn't make you any less of a man than you already are. And you're a hell of a man. You're right. Maybe some people will judge, leave you, push you away, and they'll hurt even more than when you bottle it up. But for everyone that leaves, there's someone who'll stay. There's someone who will appreciate you for your honesty, your humility, your vulnerability. You just need to clear your blurry thoughts and see them. The problem is that when we focus too much on the negativity, the bad things that happen, it blinds us to the good things in life. We become crippled in our self-loathing, self-hate, self-disgust. It's a really shitty cycle. But it doesn't have to be. You're not invisible. You're seen. I see you. I see a person who's been beat down time and time again, but keeps going. I see someone who's tired, but not broken. I see someone who tries, and someone who doesn't give himself enough credit. And I'm not the only person who sees him. The man I see is known, is heard, is loved. He just needs to accept it. And he needs to love himself. You're right. That's the hardest part. But give it a little time. Give it a little effort. Hell, put half the effort you have put into others back into yourself, and slowly but surely you'll come to accept it. That's the scary part. To love oneself. But you can do it. I believe in you. You don't have to thank me. This is as much for me as it is for you. Yeah, I can stay here a little longer. I'm with you to the end, buddy.